we don't want to talk about production of show. Let's move on to Trevor's True or False.
I'll have to go and let Rocky out in a minute.
Go on then, Trev.
Right. First of all, does anyone remember a bass player come producer called Buster Jones?
Buster Jones.
Because if you don't, the story's pretty pointless. He played bass for Talking Heads for a while, and he did he was famous, you know. But it's a good story. Whether it's true or not, it's up to you. But staying in a flat, because we were on tour with a band called the Flaming Mussolinis, and a good friend, it's actually the guy that I'm working with on the cars now, was down doing a bit of what we used to call roadieing. And we were sleeping in the big front room of a big old terraced house. And we woke up on the morning. We'd had a few the night before. And my mate Graham, suddenly his mouth all went distorted like that. And he couldn't talk, couldn't move. And we just didn't know what was going on. So he could, you know, something was pretty bad. So about 20 minutes later, Buster Jones got up because he was staying there as well because he was doing a bit of producing. And he said, I'll borrow one of the lads' cars and I'll take you to hospital. Then he, as we were approaching the hospital, he managed to crash the car up a giant curbside, which made the neck problem far worse, blah, blah, blah. Got in the hospital, sat and waited for about 2 hours. Came out of the hospital because we looked like we weren't going to get seen. We went to an Indian fellow shop and bought this big patch with a tiger on it. Stuck that on his neck, fixed it within 20 minutes. So that's that story. Second one is doing a gig with Kasabian. It was a 2-song show in LA in a theatre called the Dolby Theatre. And it was a Playboy Awards show. So it was quite a nice show to do. So when they did the second song, a load of Playboy models burst onto the stage, wearing very little, wiggling and convorting all over the place. So that was one of my happiest mixes I've ever done in my life. Right.
Lot of detail on number one.
You have to, or it's not really a good story, is it?
The second one is a very... The second one is a very LA thing that would happen.
Wait, we'll do it a Playboy night, yeah.
What are the audience saying on this one? We got Barry Organ saying number 2. Barry and his organ there. Evelyn Anderson saying 2. Sharon saying 2. But then Jenna, Anne, and Brian Craven all saying 1. Jackie says 2. So when was this the number 2? When did it happen? Give us some chronological.
2. That was on their second album. When was that? I could find out by looking on that wall, but it's too far away.
Yeah,
I'd have to take my headphones out because I want to got a tiny little lead on my headphones.
Right, I think most people. Well, Lorelei's brilliant here. She said, "Yes, number sounds believable." Which number, Lorelei?
2004.
That's such a 2004. I didn't realise there were that many options.
The other one happened in Flaming Mussolinis. That's about 1985.
Okay,
I'm going to go with number 2.
And Buster Jones was a very nice chap.
I'm going with number 1.
Actually, I'm going to send Ian a message.
Well, let's Chris, give me yours. Which is it? Which do you think? You think number 2? So Trev, which is it? Number 1 or number 2?
It's actually number 1.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I did do a gig in the Dolby Theatre, but it wasn't a Playboy night.
Okay.
It was a TV
Only
show.
in your head.
I can't remember. It was one of the, TV, famous TV hosts. One of them.
But
they were whinging because we were too loud.
Ah.
Like, very too loud.